Hi guys, welcome back to 14s because this is the podcast 14s and it is by 14s. I'm Allie, Lauren's little sister, and today they are going to talk about siblings.
Thank you, Allie. Okay, so currently we are waiting for the rest of the 14s to get here because everybody's just really busy. So they are on their way. Right now, my sister and I are chilling out. The blank Zoom screen. It's pretty vibey. So, we can actually start. I guess we can talk about our siblinghood a little bit. Get the episode started off while we wait for everybody else. But I am the oldest sister by 5.5 years, so we have a pretty decent age gap. I know it's not as much as some people do, but so we actually get along pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah. We have fights here and there.
Yeah. So do every sibling. So it's kind of like a sibling thing. I like being the oldest, I guess, but I think just because I'm the oldest. And
there are like pros and cons for being oldest and youngest and middle sibling ages.
Yeah. What are some of, you're the only one that's like the youngest sibling out of me and the other 3 girls. None of them are the like youngest. So what do you want to share some insight on that since we don't have one of those?
Well, so being the youngest, there are some, again, pros and cons, but a couple cons, but it can also be a pros. You get hand-me-downs, like if you see like something that your sibling is wearing that you really like, if then I mean you may get it and that's good, but it's also bad because there may be like holes and stuff. I mean, you still get some new stuff too. It's really cute. But I mean, that's one thing. It's also like, I guess you do kind of, you get a little more attention and a little less at the same time. So like for me, I like, how do I put this? So
you can take your time.
You hear my sister is always like busy and going around places, and so most of the time I'm just kind of left with my parents, and so like we play games and stuff. But then other times it's like when she is here, we're playing a family game together and that's fun. But it's also like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but like sometimes when she goes somewhere, I am by myself with my parents and I get more attention. But other times they're like super busy and so is my sister. And so I'm just stuck playing by myself. And I guess I don't know. I like being able to like make up my own games, I guess, but I just like being with other people more. And I like playing with other people because it's just like a little more fun, you know. Like after a while you just kind of get a little bored of just playing by yourself. And so I know that like almost every like 10 minutes I go out and ask, does someone want to play a game with me? And everyone's like, I'm busy. No, you just asked us. Sorry, you know. And I just can get a little sad, maybe a little upset. But I mean, I shouldn't really do that because I mean, yeah, they're busy. They have stuff to do. And I mean, I know that I don't have a whole lot of stuff to do yet just because I'm younger, but that's another thing. Sometimes I don't really get how parents are always like, you can do this when you're older, when you're 13 or 14 or 15 or when you're your sibling's age, when she got this. I mean, yeah, it's kind of fair. Like if I get a phone when I'm 11 or something, I don't know. But I mean, it's not, I don't know. Like if you want I mean, like let's say I wanted to take dance lessons, okay? And I am like 10, you know, but then my sister is she is 15, you know, and so she also wants to take dance lessons. So then but then they're like, oh, why don't you wait until you're her age? But then like I mean, I want to do it now, and I mean they let me do it now.
Yeah, we both take the same dance lessons.
But I mean, like it's like if I wanted to dance at my age, but she didn't want to until her age. But then they wanted me to wait until then. I mean, that's not how it is. But it's like, well, I mean, I want to do it now.
Yeah. The flip side of that, though, is that you do get some things earlier than I got them. So it's like, well, I had to wait until I was 10 to do this, but she got it when she was 7. You know, that kind of thing. which is like a universal issue. Every older and younger sibling
Yeah.
is like, well, they're getting it now. Why don't I get it now? But the other thing is, well, now I'm 5 years older. So like
Yeah.
waiting 5 years for it, they probably won't make you wait that long. They make you wait like 3 years. So then it's like, I wanted it when I was 11 too, but when I was 10, you were 11 in your example. And I was 10 too. So it was like, yeah, interesting. Gloria just got here. Hi, Gloria.
Hi, I'm extremely tired.
Yeah, she been exercising.
We got popsicles though.
So since Allie is the only like true younger sibling, since everybody else either middle or has older, like that kind of thing, I had her share some. What is the other thing you always complain about being younger that people don't get? Oh, that people don't get what it's like to be younger.
Yes. So like if you, let's say that you are an only child first, like how you were.
Mm-hmm.
And then well, so I mean there's another thing that goes along with this. I didn't really want to say this at first, but anyway, so so my sister had my parents for 5.5 years before I did. And then I came along and they paid attention to me. But I mean, like, you're a baby, so like you don't really.
I was a baby.
Yeah,
first.
I know. Well, I mean, so you don't really like, I mean, they're still with you because you're a baby. And then after that, like once you're like, let's say you're like, I don't know, like 5 or so. And then you're like, okay, well now my sister is 10 and she's still getting more attention than me. It was like 3 years ago we asked for a dog to still go. We still haven't talked about it.
When Lauren graduates and moves out, you're gonna have 5 years alone.
Exactly. That's what I was.
So it equals out.
But I'm gonna miss you.
I wouldn't. I'm ready to have the house. Being the middle child is the hardest. There is no other option.
I knew this episode
have no
of us
real
all be
siblings.
complaining about why our place is the worst.
Youngest is the best.
No, it's not.
Because
Yes,
here's
it
why.
is.
Here
Everything you do is just cute. No matter how old you get, everything's just cute.
Yeah, Haley just texted. Her voice is so sweet. Everything's always cute. When I was 10, they were like, "Can you grow up?" We're like, set the example. Okay, so that was kind of the younger child rant. I feel like we should each just have a rant because we're really good at it. I already had one today. It was great.
I can go.
Gloria,
We'll go in like
we'll work our
reverse
way
order.
up.
Okay, so I have an older sister and a younger brother, so I'm like directly in the middle. There was 3 of us. I'm so like shiny. Anyways, and so you're never like, so they're like, oh, Mary Claire's graduating, that's so great. Oh my gosh, she can drive, she has a job, oh my gosh. And they're like, Michael, what are you're starting 7th grade, oh my god. And then they're like the last one graduating, and like Mary Claire's the first one graduating, but like I am like just the next one.
Is
And,
she
like,
gonna graduate though?
They made like me and my sister do everything like at the same pace except for the good stuff. So like when my sister started packing her lunch in like 4th grade, I had to start in 2nd, and then my brother waited till freaking like 5th. Like he was 4 years younger than her, so like it didn't really work. But I was on the like when she started doing chores, I started doing chores. But then like when it went to like having this, like going to malls without your parents, I still had to wait the 2 years, and like we went from this, like, you know. So like everyone, it's cool to be the first person to do someone or like the last bird to leave the nest, but I'm just along the way. And also like you're not the cute ones, you don't get that, but you're not the older mature one. You're just there.
You are the mature one in your family though. Like that's specific to you.
I'm not like the typical older child, middle child, because usually I don't get a lot of attention. I demand attention.
So, like you see the older and the younger sides of.
Yeah, I do get both, but I get like the negative of both. I don't get like the privilege. I don't get the first privilege of being like the first one to drive. Like, no, I still. And then again, I'm not like the cute one who can get away with stuff. Like I'm just along the way.
Allie made like a little angel face. She was like, cute one that can get away with stuff. What? When she like will blatantly like do something, it's specifically with my dad, that if I did it, he'd be like, Lauren, clean that up. What are you doing? Like she will leave her dish and he'll be like, Allie, your dish. What? Allie, what are you doing? You can't just run away. Like, get back. Like it's a joke. If I left my dish, he'd be like, okay, you are 15 years old. You pick up your dish and bring it to the kitchen. I was like,
And like my brother,
That reminds me of the
like,
cup story.
yeah.
my brother's like stupid, like not like he can't do math or whatever. Like he doesn't have common sense. And so like they've let him get away with it. He's turning 13 in August. And like they let him get away with. They'll be like, put the water, not the water, like put the apples in the fridge. And he'll be like, okay. And he'll be like, and then we'll be like, Michael, why are the apples in the freezer? He'll be like, I thought you said freezer. Like, who has ever put apples in the freezer? Since when? And he'll be like, no, I swear they're not in the freezer. I promise they're not in the freezer. And we go down and they are. Like, and so like
Allie has to go. So thanks, Allie. Have fun.
Thank you. Thank you for coming again.
Of course. We love
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
what obligations does a fourth grader have to go do?
Yeah.
So cool.
Haley needs to explain her situation.
So, wow.
You really experienced them all.
Yep.
Do you experience younger?
So I'm a
Like the
middle
youngest?
child who's an only child who's also younger. And
Usually she's middle or oldest, but like in a certain situation, she can be youngest.
yes, it depends on
Explain.
grouping of the households. My parents are divorced. Okay. No marriage.
Divorced, beheaded. God.
But now they're both remarried to different people. And my mom is remarried to my stepdad, who
Really?
has
It could be her stepmom. She could be gay. Don't be homophobic. It's June. Thank you.
yeah, my mom and my stepdad got married to my mom.
Someone, Lauren, put a family tree on the screen.
but my
It's got one of
but my
those lines
stepdad-
connecting it.
But my stepdad had two kids already.
Previously.
So I have two older brothers.
a lot older.
A lot older. Like one of them is married and only like 3 years younger than my mom. So that's
You guys should go on Dr. Phil.
so that's fun. And yeah, I have two older brothers. One of them is married. One of them like is going to school to be a pharmacist.
So if you're with them, you're the youngest. So explain that.
No, because then I have my other sister.
But like I thought you've hung out with just them two and you.
No.
But they
I
don't
hung out with
compare
my
your
mom.
they
Like
don't-
my they were there. Like we'll visit. Oh, ow. We'll
But, like,
visit.
they don't compare your younger sister to them. So like when they're like, just look at what your brothers have done, that's equal to being the youngest. Because like Darby ain't old enough to be like,
That's true.
Well, or is it middle?
technically she's middle, but in that dynamic, like I think it counts as youngest because they're like, look at what they're 20. This is like what you should be. This is like who you should become.
But they don't do that to you and your sister?
How are they gonna do that to a 5-year-old and me? Like
No, I'm
I
talking
think
about-
Laura's talking to me. Well, like she kind of fell off we've always done the same things. Like I was getting
I
all
think
A's,
that's an
she was
age gap thing, not like a placement thing. Because you guys are so close in age.
Yeah.
I think
I don't
like,
know.
yeah.
I just feel like she's 4. It's not like she doesn't have like opinions. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I would explain it as being the youngest, but
Yeah.
you don't have to.
yeah. So in that little group of triad there, I'm the youngest, and then there is a younger sister who is 4, and she's a character.
She's your half sister. She's like,
Yeah,
Stepdad.
all of these are my half siblings. So technically I'm an only child with a lot of half siblings, okay?
no, your brothers are step siblings.
Oh yeah, that's true. My brothers are step siblings.
I'm gonna tell the family.
Gloria, you put a family tree up.
She knows better than me. It's my family.
To clarify, not for Haley, just for like the world. Step siblings, you don't share anything with. Like they're just like the parent already had this child, and your parent already had you. And then half siblings, you share a parent. So like
One parent.
yeah, Haley's mom is the mom to Haley's little sister, but Haley's dad is not the dad to Haley's little sister.
Yeah.
One of them.
Truth. Okay. So there's that, and then there's me. Who? Well, actually, that's not true. And then yeah,
You're
and
not
then there's
there.
me. I'm just no, I don't exist. I'm not real. Okay, and then in that household, it is my brothers are away, married somewhere, or in college. So, but in my household right now, it's just me, my mom, my stepdad, and my sister, who's 4. So then, the little divorceo switcheroo, we're at my dad's side of the family now. And in my dad's side of the family, I have a stepsister who is 11, and she's a stepsister. We're not related. And then I have another sister who's turning 2 in November.
Half sister.
And then, yeah, that's a half sister. And then I'm having another step sibling who's going to be born in August.
Half sister.
Another half sister.
Wait, is it a girl? Did we confirm?
No, they don't know the gender. They don't
I want a
know.
boy.
I want a boy too.
You don't have a younger brother.
I know, I need one.
I've never even met these people. They don't even live in the same state, but I want a boy.
Me too. I'm rooting for a boy.
Okay. So which
that wasn't even my rant. That was just me explaining.
that was just a setup.
It was a synopsis that I had to intervene because Haley don't know what's going on.
Guys, we're so like what? It's like we speak.
I spent like the first 13 years of my life, not 13, like 12, without any siblings, without any step parents, like living separately with my 2.
They all got married and had kids within the last 2 years.
Yes. Well, they both got remarried within.
Darby is 4.
Oh.
Check your math real quick, Shoddy.
Well, I was 11 then.
Gosh.
Well, I spent the first 11 years of my life, like my parents are separated, they've been separated since I was like 3. And, I lived my life. I lived my best life at my grandma's houses, and my mom and the apartment that my mom and dad had for like not very long, but, I was like the superstar, no siblings, no other people in their lives. And then bam, 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 bam. In 1 year.
How was the only child life?
Yeah, we don't have any only children.
But the only child life was something that I find to be a majestic dream.
Let's say it again. The worst thing you can do for your child is only have one. Only children turn out weird. You aren't an only child anymore. It's like you're good, but like you cannot be raised from 0 to 18 without ever having to interact with someone, like with another child, while you're at home. That's weird.
You could have cousins.
Unless your cousins live with you, it don't count.
So which one
Yeah.
are you so you like older or it only? Do you like middle?
Yeah, I liked only because like I got everything I wanted. I had 2 fun Christmases and I never felt left out. And now I'm in this huge family or whatever, and I barely talk to half of them, and I'm left out. I don't even got a room at my dad's house. I gotta sleep on the couch. Like, what is that? I'm the oldest of my dad's descent.
And your
And-
mom's descent.
And my mom's descent too. Yeah.
You're the only child with all the siblings you have. You're the only child with the genetic makeup of your mom and dad.
Yes. I'm the only mother and father child. Everybody's a mother, father, child.
Yeah. Some people are bone marrow children.
No, that hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
It's just like it's something that can happen, but they're still trying to figure it out.
Well, yeah, it can't happen.
Well, I mean, it can't. Like they proved that it can happen. They just haven't.
How do you prove it if there's no child?
I
This
think
can
that
make a child.
maybe it's a
Where?
hypothesis.
It's like in Minecraft. I know
Scientific
I can make a diamond pickaxe. I just don't got those diamonds yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I'd explain it too. To the women
Okay,
who
so
were
I guess
sitting
everybody
in
for
there
now is for
at the doctor. They're like, "What about the bone marrow children? Can we have those?" And I just tell them it's like a diamond pickaxe in Minecraft. You know, we can make it, but we don't have the diamonds yet.
You got the crafting table.
I got the
yeah, just
crafting table and the
crafting
stick.
table.
I need the other ingredients.
You got the
Like we
wooden
need to
plank?
make a cake, but your wheat won't grow. I got the eggs. I got the milk. Frick the wheat.
So I guess nobody's a bone marrow child yet. Can I talk to the
So-
first bone marrow child? How you doing?
I'm gonna Google it.
They gonna be a baby.
Well, forever. Unless bone marrow children are
We
different.
gonna be
Maybe
28.
maybe bone marrow children don't grow because bones don't. Wait, yes they do.
Oh my god.
Lauren is not going into the biomedical field.
No, I quit the pathways. We're done. I said we're gonna sing and dance instead. I'm gonna do the smart people stuff.
Why is the counter so sticky? I didn't even do anything down here. My parents can't blame me.
How close are we?
Is the rant done, Haley,
babies
or is there
from
more
the-
rant?
I don't know. I hate my life. So I don't want.
The answer is be an only child.
Yeah, the answer is be an only child.
Okay, I'm gonna give the
I
oldest
don't hate
child
my
real
life.
quick.
I don't hate my life, Mom. If my mom listens to this now.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Mom.
Oldest child rant.
Hello, Dad.
So I'm the oldest by 5.5 years, as I said. I also have 4 younger.
Grammatically, you're the older sibling. There has to be 3 for you to be the oldest.
I'm the elder. Okay.
You have like the biggest age gap besides Haley and her stepbrothers.
And her
But like they
And my
basically cousins.
sister, that's not even born yet. That's gonna be 15 years.
Never mind. Just never
we have our
mind.
sister that lives at her house.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I have
like-
made some mistakes and I'd like to formally apologize.
of like full blood siblings, yeah. So Isabella's also an older child, so we're just gonna pretend she's here in spirit. She's not here, but agreeing with every word coming out of my mouth because that's spicy.
Her brother is the same age as my brother. It's annoying and they're whiny. The
Yeah,
end.
but she also has like her brother is like an overachiever in sports, and she's more of like a not exactly sports person. Like she could be if she wanted to, but she's not. I was trying to say that without shade. Is that how it came off? I think so.
No.
You can shade your siblings, okay?
No,
That's how it
Isabella.
works.
I'm shading Isabella, not shading Isabella.
Not she ain't an athlete.
Okay. Basically, everybody knows the responsibility part, so I'm not really going to go into that other than just you're expected to like have responsibilities. Woohoo. But the part that sucks is you're not allowed to mess up because it's like,
My sister did.
well,
I'm not allowed to mess up.
Stop interrupting.
you're the honorary oldest, Gloria.
Girl, that's not how it
Also-
works.
No, because they're so close in age that it's like,
How old's your sister? 18?
17.
They're not close in age.
2 years
That's
apart.
2 years.
That's not, it's pretty close.
That's a lot can happen in 2 years.
Yeah, but it didn't.
And
No.
a lot did.
You're a
Well,
middle
it-
child, Gloria.
okay.
Get used to it.
Okay. So is like the eyes, which sometimes is great if you like attention, there's some eyeballs on you, but also that like they're scrutinizing eyeballs. They're not like, oh, look what she like, nothing's good.
What are we talking about?
Oldest childrenism is
Eyeballs?
you're
How do
expected
eyeballs
to be the
fit
role
into
model. I don't know how many times I've been told they look up to you, or oh, she just wants to be like you, or you're the role model, or like she's watching. So it's just
Get your own personality. The Y
Yeah.
chromosomes in y'all's family is weak. Y'all got all girls.
yeah, there are none. And so
What's your uncle's name? He needs. Yeah,
Jeremy?
Jeremy. Get together, my dude. Get together.
Come on, Jeremy. We're evolving past the need for men.
For men. Okay, continue.
bone marrow children. So
They don't exist. Get the diamond.
They're not real yet.
The diamond.
They're a diamondless diamond pickaxe.
It's not astronauts are real. It's bone marrow children aren't real.
what else? There's the like if everything you're the experiment. My parents say this to me all the time. I know you're listening. Hi. That or my dad especially said, this is our first time doing this. Like you're the first time. Like we don't know either. We're making it up. I like get told that. Which thanks for telling me, but also it's kind of scary to know that you're the gerbil. Like you're the one.
There's no right way to parent. So they
if
like
someone messes
Yes,
up, it's
there
not you.
is.
Because they figure
There's
it out
like
by the
different
second, third, fourth
parenting
child.
styles.
yeah,
And,
but
like-
none is 100% right.
That's true. They all have
So,
their
like-
flaws. The only thing that we know from society is that your parents mess you up for life. Okay. They can do good things to you, but they also literally mess you up for life.
So
And that's a
yeah,
fact.
if the mistakes are usually made on the first child.
I died in Flappy Bird.
I thought that game got deleted.
This one is called let me see.
Flappy
What's this
Duck.
called? It's called Birdwatch Game Free. I got it to play on my Apple Watch, but now I just play it on my phone.
Okay, so
Oh,
you are
okay.
the so you're the mistake is what we
And
learned.
then there's one more thing. Whenever love you, Allie, but whenever she if she leaves the dish out, if she does whatever, and like if I ever do anything wrong, she doesn't have to clean up after me because it's my job. I'm the oldest. I just screwed up and I have to like come fix it, right? Whenever she like forgets to do her job or like doesn't do it, it's my job. She's help your sister out. She's younger. Help your sister out. She's younger. That also comes out of my dad's mouth a lot. Or
Yeah,
like,
I do that too. Because I got like the middle and young and no, the youngest.
we
and
heard your rant, Lauren.
Do you need to some time and time out, Lauren?
On what authority? I am older than you.
Everyone's older than her. It doesn't count.
I'm taller than you.
Okay.
Are you really? Or is the idea of height the illusion of mind? Maybe we're
No.
all the same height and we like to imagine ourselves different heights.
Drew is.
Maybe we just imagine him really. What if he's really short, but he tells us that he's really tall? So in our imagination, we always see him as super tall.
Okay, Lauren. Talk about
what-
I'm directing your rant. Talk about how you always want to be like babied because you never get it.
Oh yeah. So
That's
whenever I love being a freshman or I love being the youngest in school because I like that everybody else knows what they're doing and you don't, so you get to just like ask questions and like everybody thinks you're like this little freshman that doesn't know what they're doing and they like help you and it's so great and it's like you don't have to figure things out, like you can ask people. That's why I like being youngest because as the oldest ain't nobody know what's going on. Nobody knows. So it's like making it up, you know, like I didn't have a sibling to ask like, oh, like what's high school like or like that kind of stuff. I kind of adopted my best friend's brother to ask those questions because I was like, huh. So yeah, I like being the youngest and I like being in whatever the mentoring program, the mentee or like the little in Bigs and Little program, like all that. I like that better because I don't want to have to like guess or be independent, figure things out. I want to be able to ask or like
you see, I hate that. I hate being.
I like
baby.
being capable.
I don't want to be. I want other people.
I like
to do it
being
for me.
smarter than people.
Exactly.
Like just with age. Like I
No, I
the
like when
fact-
other people know more because then there's no expectation on me to know things, which there
No,
won't
I
be.
But then
hate it 'cause
it's
like-
annoying to the people you have to because as much as if you're like you don't like when your parents tell you to help your sister, well now you're the sister that needs helping.
Mhm.
well, I don't think if my sister has questions, like I like telling her about fifth grade or whatever. Like I think that's a fun thing. It's just the like I don't think people mind, obviously if it's a question every single day, but I think people find some enjoyment of like passing it on, you know?
Well, no, being like, how was high school isn't like annoying, but being like, where's this in the school? Wait, where's this? How do I log on to Canvas? Like that's annoying.
Well, that stuff I can figure out on my own. It's
The
kind
amount of
I
people
think people like
the amount
talking
of-
about their traditions and their friends and things. So if I'm like, oh, like what does this look like usually? Like, do you guys usually do something fun here?
that's like storytelling. That's like,
I like that.
I don't like having to ask for help because I'm like, where are the screwdrivers? And they're like,
Yeah,
right.
like I can figure it out myself if you give me enough time.
I ask things before I look because then they're like, what are you rummaging for? And then you're like, oh, I'm a screwdriver. So like, I don't know why when I think about older and younger, I think about set because like you could really tell who in drama club, like when we build the set, because you can tell who knows stuff and who doesn't. And so I'll be like, where's like the screwdriver? And I turn around and it's like right behind me. Sorry. And I'm like, I don't know. I like being like comfortable places. So I don't like not knowing things.
I like that excitement or that sense of like I'm the new.
That
But
is
I have to
stress.
deal with freshmen every year, so it's the same level of like. If it wasn't me, it would be Billy. Like everybody's gonna have to ask the question, like whatever. So nobody can get that annoyed because it happens every year. And if they do, that's a personal problem. It's kind of expected. Like I'll do it for the freshmen when they come. Like I'll tell them where the screwdrivers are, even if it's really obvious. So yeah, that's my little tip. Do we want to just do segment and advice, or is there more to talk about? So
Besides,
we
like,
just
this is-
did current events. Now it's media. Oh my gosh, I will talk about mine. Wait, does anybody else have good media they want to talk about?
Nah.
I don't know.
Okay, so this was something it wasn't on any bucket list. I already told Haley and Gloria this, but I reread my favorite series. It's called The Black Knight Rebellion, Pawn by Amy Carter. It's amazing. Read it.
If it's not Dork Diaries, it's bad.
Graphic novels is gross. So it's not like, but what I really like about it is it's about kind of it's kind of okay. So it's about a rebellion, right? Where it's a dystopian series where the government is very dictator. It's a meritocracy. So if you take a test and however well you did on it, that's how you get to place. But it really addresses inequalities in society really well because it's like, well,
Civil service exam.
basically it addresses it very well where it's, well, some people, it kind of like systemic inequalities or like challenges people face, because if you start off with parents who are lower ranks, you're less likely to have a good education, and it kind of like that socioeconomic struggles, I guess. And so I really do think it does a good job of addressing that. Well, like the people who are born into privilege are more likely to get privileges going forward. And the
Nepotism babies.
the people who aren't born privileged have a harder time. Like, even though it's supposed to be fair and determined by your smartness and where you get to be in society, it's like, well, people of higher ranks get tutors and people of higher, yeah. So it really addresses that very well, which is like a class and everything issue. So that's a really good thing it does. Well, excuse me, it's a very suspenseful book with like a lot of plot turns. So I stayed up very, very late last night reading it. I didn't really realize how much time was passing, but it was like a very good time. Would do again.
The thing about those things are like, oh, the rich get this or that. Like, I 1212% agree. But it's one of those things that's like, how you gonna fix it? Like, not saying it needs to
Yeah,
be.
like
just
I'm gonna complain about it all I want, but
No,
because,
wait,
like, I hate when people are like I'm just going with this one because it was like the most recent huge thing. Everyone's like, we hate the police. And like, what will we do besides that? They're like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, don't have a protest when you don't have an answer. So like, I agree, like things should be more like not based on wealth, but like you can't make tutors banned.
The way
or,
the characters address it is, so it's a dictatorship. So they're bringing back democracy. They're getting rid of the rank system. So And if you still take a test and kind of determines your aptitude, but if you get the test of like a really low rank, but you want to be a doctor, you can still go to school and be a doctor. So it's not based on your rank, and you don't have it tattooed to the back of your neck like you did in the old. So it isn't about perfection.
You can get smarter. Like, are you stuck?
No,
at
you
your
can't do it when
rank?
you're 17, and it's like but yeah, it doesn't ever fully resolve because it doesn't get that far, but it gets to the part where they begin the process of rebuilding the country. And it's the US in like 50 to 100 years. And like democracy has fallen. Populations are too high to sustain. There's poverty, there's discrimination, there's all that. So it's very good read, very like plot twisty, and it has some really good subplots of like, oh, she finds her birth mother, and oh, this she like decides that the person she's always loved isn't it, and this is a good book. So 10 out of 10, recommend reading it if you like suspense. It's called Pawn, Captive, and Queen are the 3 books. Would you like to do advice? So this was a shorter episode because it was just kind of the older, middle, and younger child rants. And only child. 10 out of 10. Great.
All the different options.
Yeah. My advice is, especially if you have younger siblings, spending like a little time with them will mean a lot to them. And so take a little time. It doesn't have to be hours a day, but they like do want to kind of like have you in their lives.
I really have not. I don't sibling well. So it's bad.
Make your sibling food. That's mine. I'm also saying my first one, but I'm adding another. Make your sibling food. I made my sister lunch.
They can make food themselves. I'm really
Not every day, but it's just like act of kindness.
I'm not kind.
I mean,
You're not.
Your siblings probably have some cool stuff. You should go look at it.
Where is like steal question mark?
Sharing is caring. Have an open agreement of like, I can take your stuff and you can take mine. It makes things a lot easier. This is genuinely my advice.
All right. Haley?
play strategy games. They help your brain, like Candy Crush, and that's it. That's all. Play strategy games. They help your brain.
So go check the description. And we love you. And thanks to Anchor because they're awesome.
Adios.
Bye-bye.